Hey guys, Top 10 for the one here. I realized in my last few videos my mic has been a little quiet, so I'm gonna be messing around with my mic. I want to be able to make sure you guys can hear me clearly and it's not too quiet. So I'm gonna go over this setting for now. Once it's uploaded, if it's not that great, I'll let it for my next videos. So as you can tell by the title, this episode we're gonna be working with functions. I'm basically gonna be explaining what a function is and kind of how it works. We're not going that far into detail yet. This is just to show you what it is. Later on, though, you are going to want to know what a function is, because they're used a large amount within scripts. So, in this case, we're just going to write something that says hi. Alright? So, we have the option to either say, write hi as a print. So we're printing the string value hi. Now, we could keep copying and pasting this and print it however many times we want. Now, I'm sorry about this, but you guys are going to have to deal with my keyboard. I have a built-in mic until I can get a headset or so. This is going to be an issue later on when I start making more script-wise videos and I actually show how to do a script, because I don't want you guys to have to listen to it gets quite obnoxious. So for now, I'm going to minimize typing as much as possible. So, in this case, we have print hi 8 times, right? So, we run the script, and it prints hi. I added the number so you can see that the fact that's 8. So now say, instead of printing that, say we want to do this again. We could either copy it again, like this, and it prints it each of these twice, or we have the option of writing a function. A function is something you can use in real programming that holds code. In this case, we're going to make it hold the code that prints hi. So, first we want to specify that we're writing a function. You can do so by writing function. Alright, so once you specify that you're giving a function, you have to give that function a name. A name for function can be anything you want, so long as it doesn't start with a number. For example, say you wanted to make a function called 24f. That wouldn't work because you're starting with a number. But if you want to make a function called f23, that would work. So whenever you want a function, you're going to want end. When you run the script, it reads the lines from 1, so on and so forth. So once it sees this function here, it's pretty much, it reads the fact that it's a function. It saves anything within the function you can call later on. So the script knows that this function prints hi 1, 2, 3, up to 8 times. So we have a function here that prints hi. Now, later on, we want to call the function, because a function alone won't run. Watch. Let me make some space in the output bar so you guys can see. Now, we have a function right here. It doesn't run at all because it's a function. If we want the function to run, we have to call the function itself. Now, there's 2 ways you can call it a function. You can call a function by saying the name with parentheses, or use an event. I'm going to be covering events in a later video, so for now we're just going to call it like this. So we've called the function. Now, when we run it, we want it to print everything inside of the function. So let's run it and see what happens. It printed exactly what the function is. Now, say we want to print it again. Instead of having to copy and pasting, we can write print again. Basically, you can keep running it over and over and over, instead of having to retype it all. Within longer codes of script, writing a function can save you a large amount of time. It's good to know how to use a function and use it correctly. It makes programming a lot easier. That's about all for functions, I guess. All the basic description is it holds code. About it. Now, quick thing. Say you try to call a function before it's written. In this case, we tried to call it up here. Basically, you're calling a nil value because the script doesn't recognize the function yet. You haven't assigned it. If you're going to call a function, you have to call it after the function's written. That's about all there is to functions for the basic description. That's all for this video. Feel free to check out the description. There's going to be a link to New Era Studios there. Feel free to find the playlist on my account. Keep watching videos. I'm going to be posting them here and there. Other than that, keep practicing. Now, what I want to start doing is giving you guys like a challenge. So, after a while, starting my next few videos, when I get more into scripting things, like how to make stuff like, say, a button that damages you on touch, I'm going to give you guys a little thing to do. Say, like, make a brick that does so and so on touch for you guys to have practice on. So be expecting that in my next few videos. Other than that, have fun.